Hey guys, this is Justin again, back with another review, and this time it's just me and Eddie again, and we're doing a review of Avengers: Age of Ultron. I meant to do this review quite a few weeks ago, but some shit came up, and we haven't really had time to do it. I haven't had time to see it, so I finally got a chance to see it today. And he's already seen it, so we're going to give our own little thoughts on it.
Keep in mind, I've seen a while back. Don't ask me. Don't ask any questions, but I got connections. And had to go to theater. Alright, anyways, yeah, I finally got a chance to see it yesterday, and I've been looking forward to this film for a long time now because I'm a huge Marvel fan. And man, this movie fucking blew me away. Like, I thought that as far as the Marvel films that they've done recently, this is one of my top favorites. Like, it's really done, like, the best that it could ever do to actually bring the stakes higher and all that shit. Yep.
But also, they keep getting better and better as they keep going on.
Yeah.
You know? And long story short, I'm a huge Marvel fan, so I've been watching the Marvel films, you know, that they've tied into for this universe, you know, with Iron Man, Thor, Captain America,
yep.
and Hulk and all them. So it was good that I finally seen the theater because when it comes to these kind of movies, I just can't miss these movies out. You know, I have to watch them in the theaters. And I even stayed after the credits too, so we're going to get into this long tangent. But anyway,
spoiler alert.
Yeah, we'll get to there. But anyway, yeah, going into this film,
you always want to tell them spoiler alert, because if they go deep down, then they're in the middle of your interview, and then spoiler alert, and then like, oh fuck, I gotta turn it off. So you want to tell them spoiler alert.
But anyway, I've been looking for this film a while, but there's just some shit that there's been a lot of shit that's come up, but I finally seen it, and this movie blew me away. A lot of the action was really great. You know, it was cool seeing a lot of the banter. Basically, the story goes is that the Avengers are. Okay, long story short, Tony Stark and Bruce Banner are building this device that builds the ultimate artificial intelligence, and they find out this artificial intelligence goes wrong, and so this AI becomes Ultron, where pretty much this robot can go into like different forms of different robots and shit, and the stakes get higher.
Basically, everything that Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man, owns, he can portray.
Yeah.
He can take over. Mindset. His whole company is at stake because this guy takes over every fucking thing.
Yeah, and pretty much what it boils down to is you have a lot of action that comes from all the Avengers. In fact, they even do a lot of character reveal this time, especially with Hawkeye and with the other two, the twins. Remember?
Was that right about the wife?
You were. In this film, they introduce a wife of spoiler. They introduce a wife of Hawkeye, and it's pretty clever what they do because, you know, for those of you who don't remember the first film introduced Hawkeye the first time, and he didn't really get a lot of like backstory and all that. But this one, you get a lot more where it's coming from and all that. You know, it's good that we actually get to focus on everybody again.
Yep.
So it's good that we got a film that director...
And his wife was from Grandma's Boy.
Yeah, Linda Cardinelli or whatever her name is. Yeah, she does pretty good, and the whole cast does a phenomenal job. I love Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. You know, I love Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth as Thor.
They bring
Scarlett Johansson.
We finally get the Silver Surfer.
Silver
Surfer.
Quicksilver.
Yeah,
Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch.
Yep.
And they do the Aaron Taylor Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen. They do a perfect job. You know, they actually are good to their parts. Now, I was kind of skeptical going in because I was kind of worried. I was like, well, I already seen Quicksilver in that other film, X-Men Days of Future Past, so I was kind of wondering, like, how the fuck are they going to do this? Because they already, you know, they already did Quicksilver in the other film. But anyway, they did it pretty good. You know, it was like, okay, as far as sequels go, I feel like this film is better than the Avengers, the first one, because the stakes are higher, because pretty much the Age of Ultron, when Ultron gets created, he wants to have world domination. You know, he wants to basically make the entire world full of robots.
What made me kind of bored with the first one was the fact that they were cramming so many movies with Thor's brother being the villain.
Yeah,
and I felt like they kind of crammed like so many movies back to back to back to back, we were seeing his brother as the villain, and that was really getting annoying because I kept seeing movies of him being the villain.
Yeah.
It was nice to actually get him away. You know, we got a new villain.
Yeah. And pretty much, and the guy who voiced him, James Spader, he did a really good job. You know, I like how he wasn't just portraying just a regular robot. He was a robot that actually had like kind of human factors to him, where he's like, oh well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm the villain, but actually I understand what all of you are doing. You know, you're trying to stop me, but I'm going to still do this because I'm a fucking badass. Yep. You know, it's cool that they actually gave him some more human quality features. You know, so I like James Spader as a fucking voice. You know, he was really good. But also, you know, the thing I like, too, is how the comedy worked, too. You know, the banter they have back and forth.
Well, what I liked was the good comedy was how him and Captain America go back and forth about cussing.
Yeah. He's like, do you need to watch your mouth? He's like, okay. And then every time Iron Man would say something like, son of a bitch, or ass, or bastard, or something like that, and then Captain was like, well, all right, just go along with it. You know, I'm used to it now. Mm-hmm. So it's just a running joke they have throughout the film. It's pretty funny.
Still works with the movie. Blends in with the movie real well.
Yeah. You know, but also I like too the action scenes really got me.
Oh, I know.
Like the scene where he's fighting the Hulk, when Iron Man's fighting the Hulk, and he's got the Hulk Buster on.
Oh yeah. Spoiler alert. Basically, what happens is the girl,
Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, she ends up making them all turn on each other. So you're gonna get a big portion of the film where they're all like don't know what to do, so they're pretty much fighting each other.
Yeah,
and they do what, like he said, there's a lot of Arrow, the Arrow dude,
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. They do a lot of backstory on him, but I like how they really detailed on Hawk.
Yeah, they actually
the love story part.
Yeah, they actually deal with him. They actually deal with him dealing with his children and him living the civil life and all that. And it's a really good little, you know, extra character development they done, because they give character development throughout this entire film. You know, you get more story with Hawkeye, you get more story with Hulk, but also with Captain America.
Well, we don't need him.
Well, I mean, not anymore.
He's doing well with his
own
films.
You also get like some touches here and there with Iron Man. Like you get some things that go back to the first film. Mm-hmm. Like there's that scene where, remember, he's talking about the guy that he came into with the first film. The guy that got him, that introduced him to where he got his powers. Yeah. And all that shit. That ties back to the first film again. Yeah. So that was a nice little touch. But also, I like how the stakes became higher, because unlike the first film where Loki was the central villain, this villain feels like he can basically control every robot that's around. Yep. He can make an entire army out of it.
He basically took over Robert Downey Jr.'s whole company. Yeah. And brainwashed it into being his soldiers.
Yeah. And also, you have the thing where it's a running thing where Hulk has to control himself with not trying to become angry all the time. And
do you feel like a love connection between him and now Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah, I do, because it seems like they're actually a couple now. You know, they actually, where he's trying to tame the beast, but she actually likes the beast more than regular Bruce. Yeah. I know this sounds like, well,
she actually does a lot of very soft scenes where she's trying to help him.
Yeah.
Throughout his problems.
But also, I really love, I mean, it was also cool seeing, you know, other characters that pop in there. Like, remember the scene where they bring back Don Cheadle, War Machine, and what's his name, the Falcon from Captain America 3?
Yeah,
Captain America 2, sorry.
They do very well in bringing people back from the Iron Man series, like the Black Dude. And then the Falcon dude from Captain America,
Winter Soldier.
Yep. So it was pretty cool to see how they go to the party and you start seeing everybody from all these other franchises into a party together. Yeah.
You even get that later on where you see Thor going back to the professor from the first Thor. Yeah. Stellan Skarsgård, I think. I forgot it. Yeah, that's the guy's name. Yeah. Who played, I forgot his name. His character's name, but I remember the name. But it was nice that they brought everything together. You know, I like how the Marvel films are actually tying everything together.
Yeah.
You know, and they're doing it pretty well as far as these movies.
It's just taking them a lot more films than DC does it.
Yeah, because DC has kind of been lacking as far as their actual
DC,
film.
they throw everything in a film.
Yeah.
Let alone Marvel does it in mini films.
Well, not to be off topic, but that's what they're going to do with Batman vs. Superman. They're trying to throw everything with that film to tie into everything.
Yeah.
You know, which I understand you don't want to compete with Marvel, but, I mean, you're basically saying you're doing the opposite of what fans want, you know. Yeah. But I understand. But anyway, I didn't see this film in 3D, but, I mean, if the 3D is any good, let me know, because I haven't heard from anybody what it's like. But
look beautiful, especially with that scene where they're stuck in that fucking little oval thing.
Yeah,
and it's like all those robots are running together, and they're all like doing all their superpowers.
Yeah, they're all in a circle and all that.
Yep, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, but also you got a lot of different banners they have back and forth, like when like the shit when Quicksilver's arguing with Hawkeye, where he's like, "Are you too slow?" Or it's like, "You didn't see that coming, did you?" You know, and all that shit. I'm like, that's a running theme they had throughout the film. And I'm not trying to spoil anything, but that eventually leads to something that most fans would be kind of wondering about, you know, that happens. So we're going to leave that as like when y'all watch the film. But anyway, overall, I still give the film an A+. You know, it's better than the first film. As far as Marvel films, it's still up there with. I really like Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, it really it raised the bar as far as.
Spoiler alert! I do like, and I was hoping they would do it, and they finally did it. It feels for the film. Is we're starting to find Thanos. We're starting to find more of him.
There's a post-credit scene where Thanos actually shows up. He's like, "I'm going to do it myself."
Yeah.
Where he brings out the gauntlets and he's like, "I'm going to do it. I'll take care of this for myself." Then
I told you about that.
I love it.
I told you about that.
I was like, "Damn,
yeah, you're going to love that fucking ending, dude."
Yeah, I watched it. I was like, "Fuck, this is going to be awesome when they do part 3 because part 3 is supposed to be 2 parts. You got it for Infinity Wars Part 1 and Part 2."
Yep.
So, until then, we got Ant-Man, which is coming out later on, which I know you're skeptical about because you're not a big fan of...
It just doesn't look interesting. I love Paul Rudd. I love that he might bring the comedy to the role, but man, you're talking about bringing Steve Urkel to a superhero fight.
Yeah.
You know? It's just really ain't fitting me.
Well...
Though, my rankings on Avengers 2, I give it a... I'm going to give it about a 90%.
Yeah.
A-. I'm not really a big die-hard Avengers fan, per se. I pretty much will prefer Captain America 2, Winter Soldier is my second favorite. My all-time favorite is probably Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I love Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's probably my ultimate favorite Marvel movie ever made.
Yeah, as far as this universe, I know there's other ones, but yeah, as far as this shared universe they've done, that's probably the best one you've seen.
Yeah, is Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. But hey, nothing wrong with Avengers 2.
Yeah,
I thought it was
Age
way
of
better. I will say I liked it better than the first one. First one, I was really kind of bored with. It was just so boring and standard to me. It just, like, I can understand where it's coming from, but man, they did bad timing using Thor's brother in the previous 3 films that they it was all at one time they were making all these films, but they had him as the villain in all these films. It's like it felt like, even though they're all meant to be different films, it felt like it was really drawn out. It was like the same guy. I'm like, oh my god, it's the same guy, you know. So I really didn't really care for the first one. The first one I gave it a 70. I was really kind of bored with it.
Yeah, I mean, I loved the first film still. It's just that as far as story, character development, and all that, and actually making the intensity and everything, I will say 2 blows it out of the water.
Yeah,
I love Age of Ultron. I feel like Age of Ultron, as far as sequels to that film, actually made it perfect.
Which is good because then you know it's going the right route. You know, wait for Infinity Wars, guys, because I'm gonna tell you, Thanos. Puts on the machine himself, and he goes, "I'm doing it myself." Yeah, it's on.
He's going to be the ultimate badass who can basically crush those guys.
Oh, did you see that scene spoiler, where they killed him. It shows a dream sequence where they're dead.
Where they're dead, yeah.
I told you about that.
I remember, yeah.
I was like, and it showed the broken...
It showed a dream
America.
sequence where Tony Stark is walking in that one area where he's finding, like, the machines and all that, or, like, Hydra, the Hydra research place.
Yeah.
And Scarlet Witch does a mind trick on him where he pretty much sees a vision of all of his Avengers comrades dead.
We see Captain America taking his last breath, and, I mean... Pretty much everybody's fucking dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, like, how that's going to...
that brings intensity, the
intensity to the third film that will be coming out, because the third film since it's going to be split in two parts, it's going to be a lot of build up to when we get to the ultimate badass.
As a guy, I'm not really a diehard Marvel guy myself, and Avengers, like I said, I really was not really big on it. I didn't think I'd probably care about any of the other ones. But now I'm getting to the storyline, I've been paying attention, I've been watching the other movies. Second one really drew me in.
Yeah.
I really fucking liked the second one. I really got it.
I can feel like Age of Ultron is one of those films that I can rewatch twice, or rewatch so many times, because not only does the action scenes feel a lot more smoother, but also a lot more intense, but also a lot more fun, you know? Because we get a lot of scenes where they're crushing a lot of robots, but they're working as a team, like always, but also you get more of the vulnerability to the characters, you know. You're seeing a lot of them kind of damage, you know, like especially Iron Man and Captain America and all them, because the stakes get higher when you have a villain that actually has a motive. Because to me, I feel like there's a motive more with Ultron than there was with Loki. Because Loki, it just seemed like he just wanted...
Loki is so standard to me, because the fact that he was in so many films... You gotta think, when they did the timing of these films, they did it kind of wrong, because you got Thor 2...
Well, Thor came out before Avengers, and then Avengers, and then
Well, I'm
Thor
just
2.
saying you get Avengers... Doesn't matter whose order it is. It's the fact that these three films came out one after another, one after another, one after another, and we got Loki in all these movies, and that's what really kind of killed it for me, because Avengers, it was basically Loki. I was like, okay, I'm really having a hard time
seeing one guy against all them guys. Yeah. Now, I understand Loki can be the trickster. He's like the Joker of the series. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, really, I mean,
I'm really not into it.
It's like, I mean, I like the guy who plays him. I think that he has a lot of fun with the role, and I like the Loki character. It's just that one guy against all them guys, they didn't really seem like they had much advantage. You know, it seemed like Loki could easily be defeated. I remember that one scene in the first film when Hulk fucking stomps his ass multiple times.
That's why I have a lot of problems with the first one. I thought it was poorly executed. I get about 70%, and that's really pushing it, because really I thought I really like when my girlfriend puts the movie on for our kids. I find myself, out of a lot of superhero movies, I find myself in Avengers 1, I could turn away. Because I really didn't really like that one. I don't really care for it.
I mean,
and 70 is really giving it points, because it's hard with me when it comes to points on other movies. You know?
Well, yeah, I mean, I still love the film overall because I love the interaction they have between the characters, because that was the first time we seen that. Yeah. That was the first real big crossover we had.
The only thing that caught me was we were able to see them all come together.
Yeah.
That's what caught me, but other than that, like, seeing it and finally seeing it, it was just like, it was really, it was killing me more than I was enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. That's why I feel like Age of Ultron, as far as, like, story, action, you know, stakes are higher kind of shit. That film
fixed it.
It feels like, even though they still feel the comedy, you still feel like it's more serious. Yeah. You know?
Well, it fixed it for me. It fixed it a lot for me. It gave me more respect, because I was bashing Avengers, and I was able to, you know, come to terms with everybody on the same level as everybody is with the series.
Yeah.
You know? But.
Well, and you also, too, you got scenes where, like, they're trying to build up to the next Marvel film, because remember that scene where Iron Man and Tony Stark and Captain America are, like, doing where they're cutting up, they're axing the logs and shit, and they're kind of fighting back and forth. It's like, well, you know, you can't do this kind of war. Well, not to spoil anything, but that kind of ties into what Captain America 3 will be. It'll be an all-out Civil War.
Yep.
Where Captain America is going to have all-out war between himself and like other people that have double-crossed him and all that shit. Yep. So it'd be interesting.
Which will end it for the series.
For that trilogy. But then it's going to lead into Avengers 3.
Yeah, and this is when it finally comes to closure. So.
Yeah. So I like how the Marvel movies are still keeping their things updated, you know, because they're going to be going on for a while.
Now the Infinity Wars, we're going to be waiting a while for that one because we're going to be comparing a lot of films. We got a lot of films to fill in to get to Infinity Wars.
We have the Spider-Man movie coming from Marvel specifically. We have Ant-Man. We have Wasp. We have another Captain America film. We have another Thor film.
And you gotta think Thanos is gonna be taking on all these guys.
Well, the recently I seen was 2018 for part 1, and part 2 is 2019. So, how the fuck are we gonna get there in 3 years? I'm kind of wondering. You know, you guys think, next year we're gonna have probably Wasp and Captain America 3, and then next year we're probably gonna, well, that's 2017, we're gonna have probably Spider-Man maybe, and then probably another Guardians of the Galaxy. So we're getting a sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy as well.
I know. I
so I can see them kind of tying in with that, because I really want to see what they do with Guardians of the Galaxy if they cross that over with the Avengers.
Yeah.
Because could you imagine seeing them kind of like having their banter back and forth with the Avengers?
Yeah. I actually, like I said, Guardians of the Galaxy is my all-time favorite Marvel movie. I went and seen that in drive-in.
I seen that in 3D, and it was pretty good in 3D. Yeah. It was like a lot of shit was popping out and all that. But anyway, overall, I give this a good 9 out of 10. Or actually, you know what? I give it a good 9.5 out of 10. It was probably one of the best movies I've seen all summer, along with Mad Max. Like, it really made a lot of the shit get real, and the action scenes were perfect. Like, a lot of the performances were great, you know, and the story was really well driven. And I just think overall it's a very damn good upgrade.
I do 3 different grading systems here. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10, A minus. I'm going to give it probably 4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
And then, 4 out of 5 stars, and I'm going to have to say, like I said, 9 out of 10. Its percentage is going to be about 90% for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, overall, but anyway, overall, I'd still say it's still probably one of the best films we've seen all summer, along with Mad Max, and I can't wait for the next one. Next one we'll be seeing is San Andreas, and then next weekend we'll be talking about Jurassic World.
San Andreas.
Tomorrow? Yeah, we can see it tomorrow or Monday, whatever day.
I gotta see it in 3D.
Yeah, we're seeing that 3D for sure. We are seeing that 3D. I've been
hearing you guys praising the 3D on that film, so
yeah.
And I heard the story is beautiful, so I'm actually hearing this is actually one of the very good upper disaster films. Disaster films we know has been failing many years, but I've been hearing San Andreas is actually good price. So.
Yeah, it's one in quite a while too, because we haven't had one in quite a while. It's been that good.
Yeah, but it been that good. You know, 2012 was a disappointment. I went and seen that.
Well, Enter the Storm.
Oh God, I thought 2012 could have done. I went and seen 2012 in theaters. I was not too 100% fond with it. It wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best. But Into the Storm, oh my God, I thought I was going to need a gun and shoot myself. That was a fucking disgrace. You're going to try to compare yourself to Twister? Fuck you, motherfuckers. Hell no, don't try to kill that fucking that good-ass movie over your piece of shit.
I still got to watch that.
Oh my God, that movie was fucking embarrassing. The CGI was fucking pathetic. That movie was the story was even boring. It literally had no plot to it. Oh, let's just go see tornadoes all day. And then you had to throw hillbillies. Really, that stereotypical where you got dun 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 the sweet out home Alabama where the people are fucking doing hillbilly shit, really, and trying to make a blockbuster out of it. But yet you go back to no plot. I'm like, oh my God, this movie is fucking pathetic. And it was one of the worst disaster films I've ever seen.
Well, anyway, we'll be back next time. We are making a review for sure for San Andreas. We are seeing that in 3D before we see Jurassic World.
Yep.
So until then, hope everyone has a good weekend, and we'll see you in our next review, in a video review. We're just doing our review for now. But anyway, see you.